Hello everyone, this is a multi-series tutorial on how to run the short-range weather app on an AWS cloud environment. This is the first video and we'll be focused on creating an EC2 instance to import the Amazon machine image from, also referred to as an AMI. I have my environment set up already for the sake of time and ensuring everything works, but I'm going to go through every step for this tutorial. There are no prerequisites needed, just an account. I'm currently running it off the EPIC sandbox, but that is not required. So if you see anything that's pre-configured or set on my screen, you can just ignore them. I'm like I said, going to go through every step, so everything will be covered in this video. There's an instruction set to go along with it that will contain all the commands. So if you have any questions, you can always refer to that, and as well you can just copy and paste. But just know that sometimes copying and pasting the commands can be a little finicky and return error messages. So if that happens to you, try entering the commands manually, and maybe it'll resolve your error. Alrighty. So with that, let's begin. The first thing you want to do is obviously have an account, and once you have everything running and you have access to your dashboard, go to the search bar and type in VPC. This will take you to where you can create virtual private clouds. That's what VPC stands for, and kind of set the configurations for them there. So I, once again, have my environment set up, but what you guys will do is click Create VPC, and you want to enable VPC and more. And for this project, we can call it something like SRW VPC. And the name as your virtual network will show up as is SRW VPC-VPC. And you'll see this when we actually go to create and launch the instance, but that is the name that will show up. If you scroll down, you want to leave your IPv4 CIDR block the same. The number of availability zones you want to have as 2. Number of public subnets as 2. Private subnets as 2, NAT gateways as 1, and you can keep your endpoint as the S3 gateway. And then you want to click on Create VPC. Then what you want to do is go back to the search bar and type in EC2. And then you want to click on Launch Instance. And if you scroll down, we want to, for this tutorial, we're going to go through the Amazon Linux, so you want to ensure that it says Amazon Linux. And for the instance type, this tutorial will be using a T3 medium. So if you scroll down, you'll see T3 medium here. You can use a free tier one. It's just going to take much longer. But for the sake of time, once again, we decided to use a T3 medium. Then you want to scroll down and click Create New Key Pair right over here. For the sake of naming convention, it doesn't have to be this. You can name it anything you want, but you can just name it something like SRW_PEM. Once again, I already have everything set up, so that's why you will see key pair already exists. But for you guys, you're not going to see that, and then you're going to come down here and click Create Key Pair. And if you scroll down to network settings, enable these 2 boxes that allows HTTPS traffic from the internet and HTTP traffic from the internet. And then scroll back up a little bit and click on Edit. For your VPC, we want to have it as the one that we created. Earlier I mentioned that it would be called SRW VPC-VPC, so this is the one. Your subnet, you want to enable a public subnet. So where my cursor is, it'll tell you if it's public or private. So the first 2, in this case, is public, so you can pick either one, just don't click on any of the private ones. And then you want to enable auto assign public IP. And if you scroll down, you want to ensure that these are the inbound security group rules set. So SSH anywhere, HTTPS anywhere, and HTTP anywhere. You'll see these because we checked those 2 boxes. So just make sure that they're there. And then if you scroll down to configure storage, you want to have it as 250 and expand advanced details. And the IAM instance profile will be EC2 user dev. And that's it. Then you click launch instance and it will initialize. So if you go back to EC2 now, in the search bar, once again, for me, it's already running, but for the instance state for you guys, you'll see it's saying initializing, and then it'll just take a few minutes, and then it'll say running as it says for me right here. But before we actually get into the console itself, we need to create some keys, some security keys. So if you go to the search bar and type in manage access keys, or IAM, that works too. And on the right hand side, you're going to see my security credentials. You're going to click on that. And I have one created already. That's the one that's currently active. But for you guys, you're going to click on create access key. You can only have 2 at a time, so just kind of be cognizant of that. If you already have 2 for some reason, you can use the ones that you have created, or if you don't have one, then this is the steps to do that. Click on download CSV file. This will download a spreadsheet that has the access key and the secret access key. What kind of sucks is once you click close, you'll never have access to this again. So make sure that wherever you download the file, you store it properly, or else you're going to have to delete this access key and create a new one. But essentially, this is what we're going to be using when we get into the actual instance itself, the console. So make sure that when you click download, you're able to open it. Alrighty. Now we're going to go into the instance, and we'll do that by typing in EC2. Check the instance that you created, click connect, and then EC2 instance connect is the one that we're going to be using for this demo. And the first thing you're going to want to do is configure your setup. So type in AWS configure. Now remember, once again, there's going to be an instruction set where you can copy and paste all this down. Sometimes copy and paste gets a little finicky, but also I want to type it out to show you guys, how all these steps go out. So it's just, not confusing, and it's just a whole bunch of copy and paste going on. So once you type in AWS configure, it's going to ask you to enter in your access key. This is the first access key, not the secret one. So you're going to open up the spreadsheet you just downloaded, and you're going to copy and paste that in. I already did that, which is what you see those 4 characters down here for. But you guys will just have to copy and paste it. It's very simple, straightforward. Then it's going to ask you for your secret access key. Same steps, copy and paste it, and then click enter. For your default region name, you're going to type in US-East-1. I live on the eastern side of the United States, so that is my default region. I believe if you live somewhere else, then you're going to have a different default region. So if you just have to look that up on the Amazon's console, and it'll let you know what region you're in. But once again, you just type it in as such, and it'll save it. I already did it, which is why you already see it. For you guys, it would just be a blank bracket, but I'm typing it in again just for the sake of doing it. And then typing in for the default output type, JSON. And that's it. So what we want to do next is create the trust policy. The trust policy is the first one, and then the second one is a role policy, but essentially it's the same steps. So what you want to do is enter touch trust policy.json, and then vi trust policy.json. And for you guys, you will see a blank JSON file. We just created that right now. I have it already pasted in. As you can see, it looks a little funky. It doesn't really look like a typical JSON format. Just a lot of spaces, but Amazon will recognize it, so you don't have to worry about that as long as you paste it in there. And so the way you do that first is, as you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, if you type in I on your keyboard, it'll take you to the ability to insert. This is where you can now go in and actually modify and enter and change this file. So now you're going to be able to copy and paste a JSON file, and once you're done, you're going to click Escape, and you'll see that the insert option will change, and then you want to click Shift, or sorry, you want to hold Shift and click ZZ, and then I'll take you back out here. So once you copy that JSON file in, you're going to enter in the create rule. So I will get a message if I typed it in correctly that this VM import already exists, which once again, I already have my environment set up. You guys won't see this. What you guys will see is an output of the JSON file in black and white text, but I already have it created, so that's why you guys are seeing this on my screen now. And then next, we want to do this for the role policy. So it's going to be the same step, but just a different name. We're going to paste in a different JSON file. So then you want to enter vi role policy.json. And once again, I already pasted it in. But what you want to do is just click I on your keyboard, and then the insert option will pop up. And then you're going to be able to copy and paste that JSON file in. Once again, the indents and the white spaces don't matter. Amazon will recognize it, so it's fine there. Then you want to click Escape, and then hold Shift and press ZZ, and then it will take you back to the place EPIC commands. And then this one is a little longer to create the put role policy, so I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste this one. And everything's good to go. And then the final step is to actually import the AMI. This one's also pretty lengthy, so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste it. And that's it. So as you can see, the status message is pending, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but just know that everything worked, and you didn't get any major errors or anything like that.